It is time for your Morning Brew number 2. And interviewing for a job is never fun. In fact, it is quite stressful. But what if you went into a job knowing you had a little bit of help writing that resume? That's right, a recent article from the New York Post raised an important question. Should you get in trouble if you use ChatGPT or AI to help write your resume? Obviously, many people have their reservations about ChatGPT or AI in general, but according to the article, the only pressing issue is if ChatGPT makes you sound more accomplished than you actually are. So therefore, if you would get a job, where you were set up for failure, nobody wants that. I thought this would be an interesting topic to bring to the couch this morning. ChatGPT is kind of taking over the world right now in front of our eyes. At times it is scary, but I think for situations like this, it's a little helpful. So let's talk, and I want to see, do y'all think there's anything wrong with this? We'll start with you, Denise.
Yeah. Absolutely not. There's people that go to resume writers, and there's a lot of workshops and things. What's the difference?
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people get help with their resumes because it's not something everyone knows how to do.
It's stressful
So,
too.
I mean, if you can do it at home and not have to pay for it, use ChatGPT or AI, I'm all for it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, I use my brother as a resource all the time. He's 6 years older than me. I'm like, hey man, you're really good at this. I need your help writing this thing, So he definitely would help me brainstorm the idea. So instead of bugging him, I can just hit up AI and hey,
Listen, and it's like I still got to go in there and do the interview and impress them. So if I can impress in the interview, I think it's okay to get a little bit of help on the resume.
I totally agree.
And we asked on social media this morning, Ray Steins, he disagrees with us though. He says, I think it's totally wrong. All work should be completely your own. Okay. Rusty Teichnall said, if you are using straight facts and not lying, nothing's wrong with getting a little bit of extra help. Which
Right.
So
I totally agree.
I don't think there's anything wrong with using the AI for your resume because, like we said, you go to all these other resources to do it. What I think where AI gets weird is when people use AI for like photos.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I think it is so strange to do AI headshots, AI this, and as someone who works in the industry and also models and stuff, you're putting one picture up as what you are, and then you show up and you don't look like that.
Right.
We got something to deal with.
It's difficult. And also as someone like, I write a lot of social media copy and things like that. I consider myself to be a decent writer, but there are times where I'm like, you know what? I can't think of another word that would help this sound better. And every once in a while, you put that in ChatGPT, you say, just make this sound a little bit nicer.
Oh my God.
And what's wrong with that?
Kids today will never know. Do you remember having to write like a paper on Word and go to like synonym?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember having to click to be like synonym? What's another word for this?
Help me out, please.
Do that, but I do, but yeah, you're right. And now even in schools, in the school systems now, you're allowed to use AI to help brainstorm. Right? So that's kind of the same thing. You're brainstorming your resume. You're like, man, I need to make myself sound a little bit more smarter, a little bit more intelligent, a little bit more polished. How do I do that?
I've done it before too, where it tells me little things about myself. I'm like, you know what? That's right.
And that sounds good, too.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, ChatGPT. Well, thank y'all so much for joining me this morning. Right now, we're going to send it on over to a man who needs no AI to do his job. He's got all the knowledge. Mr.